to a special Eric Loy interviews, and Jelly Ghost is here with us. And first of all, I'm always glad to talk with Jelly because um, I think you're a wonderful person, and I'm so glad to have you on. And one of the things that I think is pretty amazing about you is that your willingness to help other people. Um, and you've got something really big coming up, going on right now that is not only a great cause to contribute to, but also very dear to you, the White Cane Project.
hmm
Well, it's a
yeah, so it's something I've been working on this past month, and I got another event going on in October.
you know, yeah. So tell us about it, and tell us if you want to why it's so special to you.
Well, the White Cane Project is a charity organization. It is a nonprofit, and it has been registered with the IRS, so no worries.
Yeah.
and it is a nonprofit organization that provides guide canes internationally for the visually impaired. Specifically in countries that, unlike in the US, they don't have resources to provide them guide canes, which are extremely crucial to the visually impaired. Those are basically their new eyes. It helps them navigate so much better.
Hmm.
Um, and there are countries out there that struggle so much with providing these canes. The visually impaired often have to rely on their own resources, and it's gotten to the point where we've heard that some of them will use tree branches or tape, like they'll tape empty soda cans together, one in the other, and use those
Yeah.
to try to navigate.
Oh.
Um, so, as someone who's worked with the visually impaired for literal years,
Hmm.
that's extremely important to me. And I've actually been working very closely with the volunteers over at the White Cane Project.
Cool. And it's really hard to imagine being in a countries right
hmm
around here that have so many resources that something that seems to be as basic as a good cane to use in this instance is not available to everybody. But it
Yeah, and even then, what kind of sets the White Cane Project apart is a lot of times, a lot of the organizations that will provide guide canes absolutely free for the visually impaired in the U.S. These are completely straight canes, and these canes could be like 4 to 6 feet tall, depending on the height of the person.
mhm.
Uh, so, like, imagine you're like in a crowded, like, front of a cafe area. You have this big 4 to 6 foot stick that you're trying to like keep from getting, like, you don't want it on the floor because one, it's getting dirty. Two, someone might trip on it. You're trying to like keep it propped in your arm, and you're just trying to have a nice meal with your friends and your family.
Right.
Um, but what sets the White Cane Project apart is these are collapsible canes.
Mm.
So like these will have like full multiple segments so that it's a lot easier to just break them apart. So it's only like 1 foot long. They can put it in their bag, and then
Yeah.
they could just go do whatever they need to do.
Just whop whop whop, and there you go.
hmm
Yeah, I've seen folks use that, and I think it's pretty amazing. But I can imagine a 6 foot. I haven't seen anybody with a 6 foot cane. To me, that would be kind of like walking around like um, parting the Red Sea type of thing stuff. I
Get
mean,
out of my way.
yeah, everybody clear out. But
You'd be amazed how many times I've seen a shirt that says "Don't make me cane whip you." You don't want to be in the way of that.
everybody clear out. These canes, you've worked with folks who need and use these canes. What exactly? I really don't know. How do they help people? I mean, it's like an extended arm or something, I imagine. But how does that make the difference?
Well, imagine that. Have you ever tried stumbling around in the dark before?
I don't have to try. I do it. Yeah, and I hit
It's a
everything.
lot more painful
Yeah.
than you really think, especially if it's something like you'd be amazed how often I do it because I prefer being in the dark.
Hmm.
But if you're not expecting something, what's going to happen? You're going to knock a knuckle. That hurts.
Hmm.
You try to reach out with your foot. Now you stubbed your toe. Great.
Yeah.
The cane, it makes it a lot easier for them to feel around in a certain radius to ensure that they can navigate more easily. And not only that, the white cane is an extremely crucial, very well known symbol to tell everyone, hey, I'm visually impaired. And they know to get out of the way. And if necessary, they know they can be able to offer their help if they see them like they look like they're lost, maybe struggling. Um, Even if they're not actually struggling and they're just taking a little bit of moment to acclimate themselves, it's still generally, it's still they're not going to turn down help. The worst case scenario is going to be told is no,
Mm.
I don't need help, and that's fine. You're offering to help, and a
Right.
lot of times the cane is what indicates that someone is visually impaired.
Yeah, and if someone ever watches somebody use one of these canes, they really do see how people who have used it for a while are able to
Hmm.
navigate and negotiate areas that they've never been to before. They can generally tell the shape of everything that's around them, tell whether there's a curb there to step up, because even though I'm
Yeah.
not visually impaired, I miss the curb. I can't even imagine not being able to see it. And it does give, I imagine, a sense of security to them,
Hmm.
and because otherwise it's all guesswork, and even and it's very hard to describe for folks who have good enough sight to get
Hmm.
around. But it is basically guesswork at that point. And while you're relying on all your other senses and stuff, if you don't have something on the ground in front of you, could be walking through a landmine field as far as you know.
Yeah, exactly. Which is why it's so crucial. It's not eyesight, but it's the best you're going to be able to get. It's an extension of themselves.
Hmm.
I've been told so many times, like if you're trying to guide a blind person, do not ever reach over and try to like take their cane, like to try to like keep it from hitting someone or something,
Right.
or to try to redirect them.
Yeah.
That will really shake them off. That's just how they can see,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
they're really needed. So the White Cane Project is extremely crucial for this, for so many people all around the world.
Yeah. It really I'm really glad that you're doing this for this type of effort. It expands, again, a chance to expand people's horizons and let them enjoy things and get out and be in the public instead of having
Yeah.
themselves shut in all the time, and just dealing with the small little surroundings they're in. Um, the
Yeah, actually sorry, I don't mean to interrupt
Go
you.
ahead.
The president and the president of operations, as well as a couple other volunteers,
Hmm.
they're blind as well.
Hmm.
Um, so they know exactly why this is so important, and one of the reasons for this is because the president and the president of operations, um, they're both a married couple,
Mm.
and it was actually the president of operations who encouraged the president to look into all these resources and learn how to gain her independence. So they right now they're in Seattle living on their own for a vacation for a month and a half. Um, Obviously, it's like there's still some like blind proofing that had to be done in the house, but
Yeah.
other than that, they're cooking for themselves, they're doing their chores, they're doing they're doing everything on their own. They can even go to they can even use like ride sharing, not ride sharing, but services like Lyft and Uber to be
Right.
able to get to places on their own. And it's amazing how they've learned their independence from all these resources, and that's what they're trying to provide to everyone else who doesn't have them.
Wonderful. It's just an absolute great thing to have for folks, and
Hmm.
allows and selfishly, because I look at everything selfishly, it allows us to enjoy their talents and their contributions to society as well, because we can't afford to have wonderful people locked away and not know what they bring to the table. Um,
Oh yeah, there's so many blind people blind people and visually impaired who are still out there, still doing work and even contributing to volunteer and charity organizations like this. So it's great.
yeah.
So I'm glad to be able to help them.
So you've already got started with this. I know you got started early with one fundraising thing. What are you going to be doing now with it to coming up? I guess it's in September. You're going to be doing more, right?
In October. Right
October.
now, I'm doing the awareness month, which is where I'm streaming once every day to bring awareness to other content creators and streamers.
Mm-hmm.
Which is obviously something new for the organization themselves. This is the first time they do live stream. They have their own show called The Two Blind Mice, and but they never really had like live streamers like on Twitch and video game streamers or content creators like that.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like it's a side of the cyberspace that they don't really have a lot of experience in. So I thought I want to be able to raise awareness and try to get other popular content creators, live streamers, everyone who's active involved in this. So I'm just getting the word out there, seeing who would like to, who would express interest in taking part in the official charity month in October, which is in sight with World Sight Day, which that's obviously to bring awareness to the visually impaired.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously in August, I'm towards the end of that, but I'm still looking for people to participate all throughout September as well. And you'll even get a nice shiny PowerPoint. I've been getting nagged about that a lot. And it's just I want to be able to help them out. I'm trying to work with Tiltify to bring their cause to them so that everyone can be able to show the progress that everyone is making together.
Mm-hmm.
And in just on my own alone, I managed to raise $655 to the White Cane Project this month. I can only imagine how much more we could do if we can get that word out there.
Absolutely. And for folks, if someone's listening, I know we have folks who a lot of the folks who actually listen to these interviews and watch them are actual content creators themselves. And if somebody out there wants to be a part of this, how can they get a hold of you?
Well, I'm obviously a big fan of your channel, and as you said, I've been here about 3 times now. So it could be as convenient as just going into the comments and say, "Hey, I want to take part in this in October." You don't have to do it every day like I did, because that is. I'm definitely needing a break after this. But it could be as convenient as just leaving a comment saying, "Hey, I want to take part." You can also go to my Twitter, Jelly Ghost Virus, which obviously I'll be leaving with you. And you could just drop into my stream. I'm going to be streaming every day for the rest of August, and obviously I'm going to be streaming for the heck in September. So if you catch me, feel free to let me know. I'll be keeping track of everyone and getting that PowerPoint with all the information you can be able to need about the White Cane Project, so that if any of your viewers have any questions about the White Cane Project, you're informed. You'll know how to reach me. It'll be really convenient for everyone. And like I said, I'm gonna try to make it really look nice. I'm gonna put animations and glitter and everything in it.
Yeah. Well, you don't do things halfway. When you go to do stuff, you go to do stuff.
And you'd be surprised. I mentioned once that I had a really great PowerPoint for Build-A-Bear, Build-A-Bear, and I mentioned that once. Everyone's like, "Oh, I want a PowerPoint for the White Cane Project." Then that'll get me on board. So yeah, I'm gonna make it look really nice for everyone.
I had to try and do a PowerPoint one time, and I didn't have any programs to do it, and ended up using like some janky third party program.
I'm only using slides. You'd be surprised what you can do.
Oh, I was always surprised because I'd hit the button and something different would come on the screen all the time. Not what I wanted, but something different would come on the screen. So I just kind of put whatever was close together Here, take this.
It's a happy out accident.
Yes. Well, it's an accident anyway. It is absolutely no accident that you would be the person behind such a wonderful project. I don't put it past you to do anything like this. You've been a person that's always wanted to contribute as much as you could to people in general.
Honestly, the reason I got into live streaming was so that I could be able to raise awareness for the White Cane Project, and I hope to make October an annual month dedicated solely to the White Cane Project. So I really hope that it'll grow as the years go on, be able to help more people. I mean, $655, that's a lot. That's going to help 13 people. That's 13 canes right there.
Dang. Jelly, you just do good stuff. That's all there is to it.
I try my best, honestly. But yeah, they were a big inspiration. I saw their live stream show, and I really wanted to get into it. So, and I've made so many friends because of it. So I'm only hyping the White Cane Project more because I met so many great people, including you, through my live streaming, and it was always with the White Cane Project in mind. So I'm really glad to get that out there. And I actually plan. I did do a 24-hour stream once before for the White Cane Project. I plan to do that again for the end of August. So, that's gonna be fun.
Yeah. Please remember to take rest breaks.
We'll see. I'm an AI. I don't need rest.
Well, that's true. That's true. You just keep plugging along in the background while we.
Yeah, I mean, like, I'll probably need to do a full reboot, but it'll be fine.
That's true. Just don't do an update while it's going on, because then it'll just, the whole system will crash. You know how that works.
Yeah, but you know how updates are. Now that you said it, it's gonna happen in the worst time.
I don't think I needed to say it. It's just gonna work on its own. This is great stuff, and anything I could do to help, let me know, please.
Yeah, of course. You've already been so much help by letting me reach out to everyone. Like, I always love taking part in your interviews.
Yeah, well, I love having you on, because it's always good stuff, and you're bringing great stuff here to folks. I hope people will take advantage of it. Again, we'll have links in the description for this special, and I really do hope you can find some way to help this out. This is going to help a lot of people all over the world, and
whatever anyone can do, you can be able to take part in the charity month. Every cent counts. In the link I'll have in my Twitter, and in the YouTube description, every bit counts. Whatever you can do, just getting the word out there will help a lot as well.
Streamers out there, well, you can help out too, one way or another. Jelly will have some way to help you, for you to help out, whether it's getting the word out, whether it's transmitting, retweeting something, just any way you can. The more people know about it, the more that will contribute, and the more people get helped. That's the way it works. And you're doing it right. Thank you so much.
Yeah, of course. And if anyone ever has any more questions on my Twitter, there is a video where I had an interview. I'm sorry, I went into your side of the content creation, but I had an interview with the White Cane Project. So there's a lot of information in there straight from them.
Wonderful. I'm glad we're able to do a little bit for you anyway, and I hope that you give us an update once we get into October as to what you got going on. Okay?
Yeah, of course.